Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the first ever Invasions. Of course, Invasion Week 1, Day 1. In the top right, I actually have a little poll thing. I'm kind of curious if you hover over the screen or click refresh because I added it pretty recently. But if you click refresh, go in the little eye icon, there's a little thing that you can say, I'm kind of curious, which one do you guys prefer so far? Invasions or raids so far, between the two, not counting Guild Wars, because I know there's a lot of people who would just say Guild Wars, but just between these two game modes. I'm kind of curious if you guys could reply there and say which one you guys prefer. I'm actually a little bit towards Invasion. I haven't gotten to test it for a full week yet, obviously, it's the first day, but from what I have done, I find the mechanic to be a lot less annoying, because of course in the previous game mode of raids, you would just instantly get killed, whereas in towers, that is not the case. Also, hopefully we get some sigils here, because I used so much for the previous video. I'm actually only down to 2 at the moment. Normally we'd have about 4 to use each day, so hopefully we'll find a bird here. Oh no, if we don't get one the next battle, we're kind of out of luck. But of course, I've been using this team. It is Black Beast, which most people have. It's an ultra rare. We have a Mang, which is the weapon you get at 40 brown, 40 red hero mastery. It destroys all their armor, and then you gain attack equal to that. It's better in raids, but it is still very effective in this game mode, particularly since we have Black Beast this week. I don't know if it'll always be the case that we'll use it in this game mode, but definitely this week with Black Beast, it works pretty well. We have it set currently on the Warden hero class, set as a beast, so that we get half mana off our Forest Guardian, and so all of our allies gains a little bit more durability. As far as our Forest Guardian here, we have this to utilize our purples. We don't actually have anything that uses purple, despite having a purple spammer, but in creating purples, we will add skull alignment for our Forest Guardian, and it also transforms all brown to green, which will give us some of the green mana that we need and go back into our loop. As far as that, its most notable feature, of course, is that it gives half mana to all allies, and this is the one thing that you guys may not have. It is a legend, so it is the hardest thing on this team to actually obtain. You could always replace it out with the current 3 times, 4 times, 5 times anti-tower troop if you want, though I do find Forest Guardian to work better. As you can see, we're not even bothering to use the new guy. And of course, we have a giant spider here simply for summons. There's currently not a really good beast summon that would fit into this team, so we had to do giant spider. Obviously, giant spider's purple does absolutely nothing, but we mainly need it for his summon and his summon alone. The purples do help, as I mentioned, just to get skulls and such, but for the most part, it's kind of useless. Anyways, the initial skulls, I don't really need to worry about too much. It's going to take him a while before he kills through, plus we could just fully heal. Also, hello everyone! I hope you all have been having a pretty good day so far. Hello Blood Ninja, hello Danny, hello William, hello Chris Border, hello Caleb, hello Danny again, hello Crashang, hello Chris, hello Humberto, hello Derek, hello Major, hello Ross, hello Ray, hello Major, hello Alonso, hello Lowlight, hello Captain, hello Steve, hello Rap PF, hello Lowlights, hello Painting, hello, I'm starting to repeat some, hello Traylon, hello Max, and hello PlayerDaniels, and hello Gamer Priest Sempre, and hello Metalaris. Welcome all, welcome, welcome. Okay, and now let me go see any questions or remarks that was on all that. Yeah, it is a pretty nice change of pace compared to Guild Wars. Some people have been wanting it to go alongside of Guild Wars and stuff like that. Not sure what their final verdict is going to be. Obviously, for a while, they're going to be leaving it as is with the tri-weekly rotation. I am starting to miss Guild Wars a little bit, but I am enjoying the 2 new game modes. Just hate that there's pay to win for leaderboard. That's probably my biggest complaint about them, is their monetary, the way that they have it monetized is a little bit annoying. But other than that, most of the game mode I actually do enjoy. My day's been pretty good. As you can see, I actually got a haircut too. All the hair is gone. I still need to touch up some, but yeah, all of it's gone. It's like so bald right now. Well, not bald, but at least once it grows back in, it grows all evenly. I do like just completely shaving it all off sometimes, and yeah, the way that it grows in. I do like having really long hair, but shaving it all now and then just to let it all grow in evenly is nice. Let's see. You like this mode better? Someone on raids? Yeah, there's a poll in the top right for any of you if you can answer it on that little eye icon. I'm curious what you guys think. Which one is better, raids or invasions? Let's see. Sorry guys, there's a lot of chat that I didn't read through, and I read so slowly. I went back in time? How? Let's see. Why no birds in tower fights? Wait, are there none in these final fights? I didn't think about that. Are there absolutely zero? They might have accidentally made it so these towers can't actually be replaced with a bird. You can get them in the prior battles, but yeah, that'd be really a really big oversight on their part if it's actually not possible on these. I have yet to see a bird on these, so you might be right. There might not be, on a 4-tower battle, it might be impossible to see a bird, which is very unfortunate. I don't know how they could have forgot about that, but it's pretty major if that is a thing. Anyways, we're going to let him poke us here, even though we have skull alignment. I really want to take that skull alignment. You know what? Actually, I want it so much I am going to go for it now. It's a little bit of a waste since we didn't get our Devour or anything yet, but I am going to go for that. Maybe into another skull poke here and then start getting our attack up. Actually, we're going to let him poke. We're going to go for, I guess, this one just so we don't have to deal with that true damage. He'll just poke us, doing almost nothing. We kill out Hero. Now we're up to one-shot range pretty much. And now we just kill out everything as we need. So we'll take this skull. He'll take the other one. Actually, before I do, let me go grab that. Get his next Devour up. I'm going to need that giant spider, but shouldn't be too hard to go. Oh, whoops, I gave him mana. He didn't take it the right way, though, so that actually works out perfectly for us. Skull just sitting there, so I guess I'll go for it. Gets us a little bit of mana. We could take it right here. Skull. No, that one's not better. We'll just take this one. I don't think we have a good drop for it, but we'll just move that down. We'll get a bunch of mana, but at this point, it's not going to matter much. We'll just go to a green to green, and that gives us a giant spider that we can now use and try getting our alignment, get our summon, and of course we could just keep eating that, and that's the whole premise of this team. Keep eating the little spider, and you just infinitely tank. And it's pretty nice because you can use this team even if you're a lower level. You might not have Forest Guardian, but you most likely have Black Beast, and you most likely have Giant Spider. Really, you only need any summoner. It doesn't really matter if it's Giant Spiders. Just out of every beast, I've found him to be the most convenient. There's not really any good beast summon that happens to work out good in this team, unfortunately. Actually, I believe you can replace out Forest Guardian with the Falconer. That one might be okay. It creates red, so you can feed it into Mang if you happen to have a Mang. And that's match. We double skull here, and that's way more than enough damage. Triple skull, actually. And I think that was even extra turn. Yeah, it is pay to play more, and it's pay to win for the leaderboard. Which, like I mentioned, I am absolutely 100% against the monetary setup that they have for this. This whole thing right here is horrible. And this whole leaderboard, since it's pay to win, is also horrible. Wait, are we seriously top 82 right now? No, that's our tower level. I was going to say. We're top 10% though. Let's see, where is the top right now? Oh wow, we're far, far, far away from it. As to be expected, but yeah. Yeah, I do not care for how they have it set up. But the game mode itself, I do enjoy playing. So at least they made a good game mode. It's just the way that they're trying to push it is not that good. Especially in replacement of Guild Wars. If it was like on the side, I wouldn't have mind if it was this big of a gold sink. But given that it replaced out Guild Wars and is this big of a gold sink, I don't know, they need to do something about this. I really wish this leaderboard was actually completable, because I would be trying to go for it every day if it was. Anyways, I didn't go over my rewards yet. Let me go get my first 6 stages. We get all these rewards from all the tower kills that our guild has done. Unlike the previous one, you use all the tower kills you do initially start going right into it. Whereas with raids, you have to do like 2 little first stages and then your damage starts counting to it, because you didn't get to the boss yet. But anyways, let's go see what this Orb of Chaos gives. Ideally the blue orb, but we'll see. And this is every reward up to stage 6. Up to stage 7 is likely where you'll want to go to if you're a smaller guild. But as you can see, we end up getting 3 event keys, 25 gems on top of all the other gems we got earlier. 5 diamonds, 1,100 souls, 11,000 gold, 8 runics of Brown apparently, and 1 Orb of Chaos. And hopefully that Orb of Chaos is actually something decent. Please, blue orb. Come on. Another Orb of Clans. I don't mind it as much, because that's the second best drop we can get, but that's not a blue orb. But if we go to our orbs right now, I don't know if this is good or bad luck. So far, we're 4-1-1 on the orbs. We haven't gotten the worst orb yet, so we've at least been lucky in that case. Neither of those have rolled that. And the only major orb I've gotten so far has hit on Orb of Wisdom, which to me is 100% useless. That's basically as useless as getting a green orb. But to other players, they might actually consider it better than an Orb of Clans. But this fully traits any trip you want, so maybe I'll use it on the next mythic that comes out or something. I kind of want to save them to maybe get power orbs eventually, I'm not sure. Because I'm almost going to be using all my major orbs of Ascension, I'm not sure. There's so many things that we could bother doing with these. Because we could either do them into power orbs or wait till kingdoms start getting 10 stars and stuff like that. So for now, I am going to be holding them. I believe a good majority of people are just holding their orbs at the moment, kind of just waiting to see where they'll be, if they rebalance anything and stuff like that. Because they might make orbs more common, they might make orbs less common. We'll have to to see what kind of changes they make in the future. But anyways, yeah, 4 Orb of Glands. I guess that's lucky. Hard to really tell, but I'll take it. What's also kind of odd is Orb of Clans is the only orb that can't be buffed into a bigger orb, which is a little bit weird. If we go under Games, Soulforge, if we go over to Other here, all of them can be upgraded, these, but not the Clans one, because it's not required for a Power Orb. Kind of weird. I would assume that they would include it in the Power Orb, but just not, like, put it on the side as maybe like a smaller requirement or something. But yeah, the whole balance that they have with these, they are really, really expensive to actually get, especially since you need 20 of those little green ones just to make one of these because of how it's scaled. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with that. Seems all over the place. But anyways, let me go claim my mail at the moment. I had a lot of legendary tasks, or our normal amount of legendary tasks, and normally I open them all off camera like I've mentioned in the past, but I just kind of want to open them all right here. There we go, getting KrissTigger. Normally I don't ever open these on stream because I always do it in the morning or when I wake up or some kind of other time. But yeah, this is pretty much all my legendary tasks. I think I opened 3 earlier, but here are all the other ones that we have. Oh wow, that one's actually really lucky. We got a Yagwe. I say this is lucky because I still don't have a Mythic, because I didn't want to waste my key, so that's actually a really good drop for us, and just in general as well. So there we go, I think that's our 3rd copy, I want to say, 3rd, 4th, I forget the exact number, but that's one closer to Mythic, so very nice drop there. And probably not going to get anything else. So far we got a KrissTigger and him as far as troops. Imp of Love, that actually is currently available. It runs from February and March in the normal drop table, though you can get any of the imps by a couple other means, like for example legendary tasks always drops any imp. That kind of, oops, I didn't mean to click all there. Oh, okay, well there's the rest of them. I hate that the buttons right over top each other, but there's the last of our legendary tasks, and there we go. Anyways, let's go back to invasions. That's not where invasions is. If we don't get a bird here though, we are out of luck because that's our final battle for now, and I'm not going to buy any more because they're so ridiculously expensive, but we'll of course have more every single day to go and come back to this game mode. We have a little bit less today simply because I showed so much for earlier in the day. Normally I won't be doing that. Normally we'd be doing a ton of them today, but because it was new, I wanted to show it for the video and get to the final towers to show what it was like in the morning video, which is why we have almost no battles left right now. But normally I would be doing like 10 battles or so on like the first day or some kind of very large amount. Anyways, we'll go and take the blue over and take the brown. And that applies to raids as well. We simply did all the raids thing pretty much for the video instead of doing it during the stream. But for now on, we will be doing it during the stream, of course. Okay. There's almost no point whatsoever in casting this. The whole reason we would need to is not relevant to the current setup of the board, so we're just going to move that over. I need to try getting our mana to full. We actually get a free skull right there. Well, kind of free. We have to take a turn for it. It's not an extra turn, but we were going to take that mana anyways, so... green. Do I want it? It's not really the color I need at the moment, but I'll go for the poke, I guess. That's the color I need, so that gives us Mang. I'm going to throw this on last slot, because that's the most durable thing on this team. If you're using the skull strategy, definitely make sure you always Mang the Bastion Tower. It is 75% skull reduction. To my knowledge, it also has the highest armor of any of the towers, so you also gain even more attack value too from killing it out. But anyways, we'll go and throw this in here. Need to take a little bit more yellow. Hopefully we'll get that right here. Just kind of hoping we could take it for a free Cascade, though it doesn't look like that will be possible. I can make another skull here, but this will give him brown. So I'm actually going to let him do that so he gives us brown. And he'll do that. Oh, wait. Okay, I completely looked at that incorrectly. That doesn't actually give brown. Or did he take it the other way? No, never mind. I think he took it the other direction. But we'll go for... We'll spawn a giant spider here. Giant spider on, like, red, since we don't really need it that much. See if we get any cascades there. It doesn't look like we yield anything. And we have 3 different skull pokes we can do. All of which look pretty bad, though the top one is the worst one to take. So we'll go for this one down here. We get green out of it, plus a skull chance. We'll do that. An extra turn, very nice. Okay, so we could go for Devour here, though I think I'll just take the safe skull just so he doesn't get his ability up. That does 47 damage, steals some magic, and of course that barrier would be very annoying, since everything we have is very high damage single target. Oops, I gave him that. That was actually just sitting there, so I completely gave him that. I'll go throw that down. And yeah, I don't know where all the birds are. Has anyone noticed a bird on the final battles here when there's 4 towers? I have not seen one yet. We've done 3 battles on it so far. Normally they're about 1 in 4, so maybe we're just getting unlucky. But yeah, I haven't seen a bird on it yet. On the 4 tower one. Do we have alignment here? Doesn't look like it. All I need is one little poke. Oh, now he gets barrier. That's going to, of course, be a little annoying. I don't think we have alignment either to get any extra turn or anything, so that's also a little bad. I want to take green if we can, so I'm going to move that in a green attempt. Didn't get it, though. No free turn over here, though. I think I might just take it to get our mana. Never mind, we have free turn, so I'm going to go for that. That gives us barrier, too. Ha, you're not the only one who can barrier spam. We got it, too. Barrier is extremely good in both the game modes as well. Particularly this one, since there's no automatic instant kill that just gets you out of nowhere. Which is one of my favorite things, actually, about this game mode compared to the other. Actually, I shouldn't really say that this is a good thing about this game mode, but more so a bad thing about raids. Is the only way you really die normally is to really annoying mechanics, like to Death Mark, to a 20% or 25% chance to devour, or to the instant kill off the boss. Whereas, at least in this game mode, it's you actually have to build up teams and keep progressing it, and get up a get up a strong team to kill out the things and actually have some strategy with it. And the other game mode is pretty much just kill boss immediately and hope you don't die to like death marks and such, which is a little bit more annoying. But yeah, I personally prefer invasions, but I do have a poll in the top right for any of you that do want to get feedback on that. Though me constantly saying that is probably biasing those results, but I am curious. Let me go through chat because I did miss quite a few that I wasn't reading. How are the individual Guild Wars scores calculated? What goes into the score? There are so many things that go into the Guild Wars score. So Guild Wars, there are several factors. Okay, there's nothing I could really show on this page to kind of help visually show it. But there are several factors that gets calculated into the Guild Wars. The Guild War calculations is based on, for one, the main thing you'll need to do is use a pure color team of whatever color it says. This will give you the maximum amount of points. So if it tells you use yellow, if it's a yellow day, then you should be using 4 yellows on your team. Another way to gain a lot of very free points is to make sure your defend teams underneath the defends are set to completely unique teams. Every single day that you have a completely unique team, as in you'll need to use 24 different troops across all 6 teams, as every single day that they are completely unique with 4 different troops, not repeating in any of the other teams, you will get 2,000 points for free. So that's another way to just get a bunch of points without really even doing anything. And other than that, as far as the actual calculations within the battle itself, assuming you've set your defend teams and you're using a pure color, the calculations are based on how much more damage you do than the enemy, how much more mana you gain than the enemy. If you survive the battle with 4 troops, and summoning a troop into a dead slot does count as surviving with 4 troops, and how many turns it takes you to win the battle, and every move you do counts as a turn. So if you extra turn spam for 10 turns, that counted as 10 turns. So do keep that in mind. You can't divert that by extra turn spamming. It comes down, so you want to have really high impact troops that not only do a lot of damage, but also gain a lot of mana most of the time. Anything that can both explode and do damage simultaneously tends to be really good. It's one of the reasons why Infernus is also considered pretty good. Infernus, Worldbreaker, stuff like that, because they can both simultaneously accumulate mana while also doing very high amount of damage, which is not only good in every battle, but also particularly good in Guild Wars, where it actually helps determine your score. But yeah, those are all the main factors. I don't believe I missed any in that. They will be making it a little bit more coherent, Guild Wars, in the future, as far as the mechanics that the scoring system works off of. It used to be very simple in the past, but then they complicated it like crazy, and that's the current state that's in, though they are going to be simplifying it in the future a little bit. It's still going to have a bunch of conditions that you'll need to work by to get a maximum score, but it's going to be a lot easier to understand than the mess it is right now. Well, it's not really a mess, but it's definitely not something that's self-evident, the scoring system. It's something that they posted on the forums here and there, but it's not really displayed in the game in any way, shape, or form, or really explained that well. How are individual guild... Oh, no, I already answered that. Not having Forest Guardian, you used Mang, Black Beast, Hellcat, and Giant Spider. That sounds perfectly fine as well. Yeah, it's not required to have Forest Guardian. It helps, but it's obviously since you're using pure beasts, but it's definitely not required. Yeah, 2 out of 3 of the weeks are pay to win. Guild Wars isn't really pay to win, mainly because you're competing along with guilds around your own kind of rank, so it's not really pay to win for the most part. At least not as much as the other 2 weeks are, that's for sure. As far as raids and invasions, they definitely are. I don't normally call things pay to win, but they definitely are. Invasions and raid bosses, 100% pay to win. That's pretty evident. You're lucky, so now you're at getting COA and 50 gems. Wait, what's COA? I did not know what that stands for. Oh, is that the new guy? Yeah, Champion of Anu. Oh yeah, I am pretty lucky getting that in 50 gems. We have so much reserve now as far as our resources because we didn't spend like a single thing. So I'm going to be saving all these for, of course, future key openings and new content. I kind of have to end key openings early whenever we get it very early from now on, mainly because they keep making resources slightly harder to obtain with like the Guild War changes they made several months back and stuff like that. So I have to be pretty conservative with my keys. So whenever we get lucky and get one in like 50 gem keys, yeah, we got to save that for future content just so we make sure we have the capability of getting it. Oh yeah, all my hair is now gone. It's like completely just wiped out. Haven't actually gotten a full head shaved since like about a year ago. It's been a while. I used to do it a lot in New Jersey, but I haven't done it as much since I moved to South Carolina, which is kind of funny because it's colder in New Jersey, but warmer here in South Carolina. So I don't know what exactly my logic was with that, but anyways, let's go. And now that raids are done, let's go do, I guess, dungeons and then mess around in PvP. If you guys have any questions or things you want me to go over, definitely just let me know and we'll answer them or go over them. Of course, also a good idea to go into Explore. Maybe we'll go and Explore for a little while, because this week, if we go use a Spirit main, we get 40 souls. That's not really that good, but we also get our event objectives done by doing Explore this week, so we might as well do both simultaneously. Doing Explore while also getting a little bit of souls, while still beating it at a pretty quick speed. So I'll probably mess around with that some. It's not as big of a deal to go for Explore, though. Definitely good to go get the gems and such, but of course the treasure gnome rate is now back to normal. You'll now find a treasure gnome like once every few hours, it feels like. It's very, very rare. I'm pretty sure we'll go this entire stream without seeing one, and if we do, we're probably only going to see only one, since it's no longer the gnome event, and the chance of him specifically dropping a vault key is somewhere around like 3% when it's not the event, maybe even lower than that. So definitely not that high of a chance. Actually, based on our previous data and our other data, it actually is probably about 3%, because it took us 34 gnomes to find our very first vault key when it wasn't the event. And when we did do the data, it came out to like, what, 6.8%, I believe it was, the exact number, somewhere around there, as far as the drop rate. So if we go for half of that, that's about a 3.4% chance of getting the vault key on a non-gnome event. It seems like the rates were so much higher last week, though, more so than 2 times. But no, when we actually do the data, it pretty much is just 2 times on everything. They basically just doubled the rate of all of its drops, the vault key drop and the frequency of the gnomes. Oh yeah, what did I use for invasion? I used what I showed in the morning video. I used Black Beast, Mang, which is the brown-red hero weapon you get at 40 brown, 40 red hero mastery, using the Warden class, fully traded. And if you don't have that, you can use pretty much any half-mana start troop, or half-mana start hero class, followed by a fully traded Forest Guardian, which gives the entire team half mana. It also does some skull spam and gives you green mana generation, and a Giant Spider all the way in the last slot. The Giant Spider is for summoning purposes. It serves no other purpose than to summon. The team doesn't use purple at all. The other slight purpose you can kind of use it for is like a little bit of board control, even though you don't accumulate the mana. And you can also use it to try to align skulls for your Forest Guardian. So if you have both Giant Spider and Forest Guardian up, you throw the Giant Spider first, then you get Forest Guardian alignment into a skull spam. And then, of course, Black Beast doing over 100, 200 damage will start tearing everything down. I haven't actually looked to see what other people are really using, but that's what I've been using the whole time, and it works, so I've just kind of been sticking with it. Should probably go check the forum and see. Though there's only so many things you could possibly be using, and almost all of them are going to be centered around Forest Guardian, regardless of what they are, assuming people have it. Oh, that was really lucky. Unfortunately, we're frozen on everything right there. So we'll go throw a Sunbird down and one more poke. We'll kill it out. A little bit slow this time around. That little slide whistle thing is so funny. That the little, that the snow guy does. Always found that funny. Is Umberwolf usable in invasions right now? If so, will it transform? Well, every time you cast it, it transforms. But as far as in invasions, I guess you could go around with it. You would need to do a pretty big purple-oriented team with like Giant Spider, him all the way in last slot, and maybe go for, I guess, a really heavy purple hero weapon or something. But yeah, you could definitely make it work. Oops, did I make sure to buy the pack? Let me make sure. Did we buy the 50? That's not where I need to go. Did we buy the 50 gem thing? That's not where I need to go either. Ah! It changed the icon because we did all of our battles. Well, while we're here, let me go do this. I wanted to go check to see if we actually made sure to claim our stuff. I think I did, but I always like double checking and triple checking and quadruple checking. This is rushed through this map. I'm not really here to play it. That was a complete misclick. But let's take a quick map break, apparently. Really wish maps keep a viable amount of resources. I do enjoy doing them, it's just they aren't really worth doing anymore. And it hasn't gotten an update for a while. It got a lot of updates in the past. I think Treasure Hunt has gotten about 5 updates so far, where they have reworked something within it. But hasn't been reworked for a while, other than some visual changes that it has gotten in the past several updates, but not counting those, since those are only visual changes. The mechanics and rewards have been the same for a very long time now, despite the economy of the game changing constantly. This mode and arena haven't really scaled that well into the changing economy of the game. They both have gotten updates in the past, but neither of them have gotten updates as of recently. I think it's mainly because newer players still play them so much, but late game players barely even touch them. But because they see so many newer players doing it, they kind of think it's already balanced. Well, it kind of is, I guess, for them, but for late game, it definitely is not. But anyways, I deliberately didn't take that just so we could get our little gems there. Only one, really. That's unfortunate. And as you can see, that's some pretty pitiful rewards. 1,200 gold, some souls, 1 gem, some trait stones, and a little bit of glory. Not the greatest. But, yeah, let me go on to the Explore Hunt. I think we still need to go do Pan's Vale, so into Pan's Vale we go. Let me go put the little troop here so we get a bunch of, what's his name? There he is. I forgot his first part. It's Spirit Main. There we go. Okay, let's go into Spirit Main. What banner should you use for the Sunbird, Black Beasts, Giant Spider, Forest Guardian? What are you devouring on that team? But as far as, well, actually, what you are devouring depends on what you go for banner, because I don't know what you're actually devouring. Based on that team, I'd probably go double green. If you're using Forest Guardian at all, I'd probably just go double green, because it gives you Black Beast quicker mana, goes into your Giant Spider, and then you also have the Forest Guardian. Also, from the testing I have done so far, I personally prefer using Forest Guardian in front of Giant Spider. I guess it doesn't matter too much, because you tend to cast both of them simultaneously. But from what I have experimented with so far, it is better to put the Forest Guardian in front of it. The main reason is sometimes you need the barrier. It barriers your entire team, assuming your hero is using the Beast class, and that the rest of your team is Beast by default because of the game mode. So it's definitely a good idea to get a barrier here and there. You'll need it sometimes, particularly once you start getting later into the towers. They're probably going to start hitting hundreds eventually, which is enough to two-shot. And at that point, you're going to need those barriers quickly to negate that out. That or a quick devour, but either or. It's always nice to have a secondary option of the barrier, just in case. Anyways, take that out. That took forever, that battle. But of course, this week's event objective is to kill things and explore. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter where it is, you just have to do it. And 750 kills will give quite a few resources. Gives 7 gem keys, gives 120 gems, and is definitely quite worth doing, especially if you're already planning on farming a trait stone. Trait stone rates are still, of course, the same. While you might be finding a lot less gnomes, the actual trait stone rate is still about approximately 1 in 15, 1 in 18 or so for each arcane. So, and about 3% for every single celestial when doing both of them in Explore. So, pretty decent rates, can get quite a few per hour, especially if you can win 3 per minute like this team normally does. Though a little bit slower right now, mainly because we're using this guy. I might just get rid of him. I'm not sure. I'm still not sure yet if it's worth using him just for those 40 souls. We're of course getting, I think, like, what, 51 souls per battle now instead of about 11. But, yeah, I don't know if that's really worth it, because if we were just individually farming souls on the side, we could probably just be doing it quicker that way. But sometimes we'll get really easy battles where we can win in the exact same amount of time while still using him, like what that battle did. Yeah, no, I shaved the head and the beard. It's all off. No hair anymore. All the hair is gone. Okay, we'll go for a Sunbird there. He's gonna live, but we can firebomb it. And down it goes. It's been a while since I got it all off. I was keeping it long for the winter because of cold, especially when I went up to New Jersey and such. Okay, we'll go and take the green over. Take the firebomb. Oh, excuse me. I know, you could if I took off the glasses, you'd probably never even recognize me. I can't even see what I look like right now because my vision is that bad. But yeah, you probably couldn't even tell. If I was to wear this, wear a different shirt, if I was to look like this, I look like a completely different person. I actually can't see at all what I look like right now. That's how bad my vision is. Go move that over. Get a Rowan in there. The gnome ran away with Tacet's hair. Okay, let's get a firebomb here. We'll go move that real quick though. And let's go with that. Oh, I did get this haircut for free, so yeah. It's not like I paid for this haircut, no. Let's see. I'm gonna take that. I used to while I was in college just because I didn't have a shaver of my own. But, of course, in my house I have a shaver, so it's not like I paid a cent for this. Other than maybe like the electricity to run the vacuum and the shaver, but that's a pretty trivial amount of cost. I know, that laugh will give me away for sure. I always have a lot of weird laughs that tend to change over time. But yeah, that would give it away, wouldn't it? Okay, let's try getting a purple there, or that works too, get a red. And we'll get a red over there. I never get to do my full real laugh though most of the time because nothing excessively funny normally happens in Gems of War. Very occasionally it will, but it's not that often. Let's see. I'll go for that. Get an explosion there. See what else we need. What do we even need here? We'll go take that. Get down a red-blue maybe. Do we even have any other movement here? Go take that. Oh yeah, that is an extra turn. I didn't even notice that. Well, that works. And down it goes. And how fast he talks. Yeah, I do talk pretty fast. I try talking a little bit slower for guides and such. But if I already know what I'm going to say, that's normally when I talk a mile per minute. One actually really easy way to get me to talk slow is to, if I was to read a script, or if I was to, let's say, make a video where I like pre-make a script or something. I've done that very, very, very rarely, but haven't done one in like several months. That's how rare they are. But if I ever was to type out like everything I wanted to say in a certain video, the rate at which I speak will be a lot slower, mainly because I read ridiculously slow. I am a very, very, very slow reader. So that's one way that I can actually get my talking to be at normal speed, or normal-ish speed, is to just read from something. And that will bring it down by a lot. You just got an Aberrath. Any good teams for it? Not really. Aberrath these days is not really used for anything. As far as teams, my personal team I normally use it in is Aberrath, Valkyrie, Giant Spider, and Keeper of Souls, if you happen to have a Keeper of Souls. This whole team is based around constantly spamming the Valkyrie, Giant Spider, and then clearing out the board with the Aberrath, and then just getting skull spam off of your Keeper of Skulls. What's pretty nice about this team is since the Aberrath has a board clear, you don't need to worry about converting your own colors. So if you want to, for example, convert your purple or blues into skulls, which is something you would normally not do since you need them for mana generation, but you can do it with this team because Aberrath will simply clear out the entire board, and it'll give you a nice fresh board to work with. So denying out your own color won't matter. So you can go for those really heavy skull spams that you might not be able to do if you didn't have a nice board clear. You can do the same thing with like explosion-related troops. Gorgulfa is a pretty common one to do it with, which is one of the reasons why you don't normally see Aberrath, because most people opt for something like Gorgulfa or a Ragnagord or some kind of other similar troop instead, because those actually generate mana as well as board clear. Aberrath used to be really good back in the day, because the amount of explosions that were available were not enough to explode the entire board. But nowadays, with how high magic gets and stuff like that, there are so many troops. There are at least like 20, 30 troops, if not more, that have a explosion that can clear out the entire board. These common troops are things like Gorgulfa, Azura, Poison Master, Ragnagord. Trying to think of a few more. I know they exist. Mountain Crusher, and probably several others I can't think of off the top of my head. But back when the game first started, Aberrath was like the only thing in the game that could do it. So he used to be really popular, but then died down over time. And at this current moment in time, I wouldn't really bother with him. If you have something like fully traded Gorgulfa, it is way better. Even Scion these days, after the indirect Scion nerf, I would prefer over an Aberrath in most situations. Though the Scion does have a really low skull damage, though. But, yeah, not really much a point for Aberrath these days, is the bottom line. We'll go take a red there. Hello, Marcelo! Welcome! Let's see. You're using Dragon Soul, Sunbird, Firebomb, and Lord, and the Lion Mane. Explore and getting 150 souls per games and is fast. That doesn't sound too bad. Get the quick Dragon Soul. Take a single mana, get it up, throw it down, throw it into a Sunbird. Wouldn't it make more sense to throw a Rowan there, though? Since if you throw a Rowan, you won't get the Red Storm, but you'll have a different color troop that isn't the same color as Dragon Soul. Yeah, we could definitely give it a shot. I think for having this random guy in it, that might actually work better, since we're already farming souls. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. Don't see why not. Let's go and keep the Rowan there, get a Dragon Soul. And actually, that's pretty much the team. Just replace out that with Dragon Soul. And there we go. And banner is exactly the same. And we're good to go. And I'm keeping the Rowan there just so we have a different color troop so that we can use it. Throw the Firebomb here. Get that to full mana. Throw a Dragon Soul down. Clean up with Rowan. And that was a pretty lucky board. Hopefully we can keep getting those lucky boards. And that gives us 92 souls. So that bumps up our souls by about 40 or so. Assuming we can get that full combo in the same speed. But I think more often than not it is going to be slightly slower, but we would be gaining more souls. There we go. Go grab all that. Go for Dragon Soul here. I guess it is a little bit of a liability since we don't have a Storm. We don't have as big of a chance to get an extra turn on the Dragon Soul. My only real concern, though, is if we don't have Rowan there, we won't have a cleanup option because it'll take too long to get Sunbird up. It'll take a whole additional turn. And then we just throw Dragon Soul down. Hopefully we'll get that up every time. That'll obviously give us Rowan every time. And then we just throw Rowan down. Actually, I guess I could have gone for another Dragon Soul or two. But then that would have taken a little bit longer. We're gaining a bit more souls. And it's not going much slower. If any slower at the moment. Come on, cast. The only slight issue is like times like this when we have to go take like 2 turns now. Because that would be full mana Sunbird right now if that was a Sunbird. There we go, there's the mana we need. And that should give us Rowan mana, and then Rowan will give us the kill. And this match. Yeah, it definitely works, that's for sure. If you wanted to gain more souls, this would definitely be the way to do it. Though I personally don't need the souls, so I'm probably just going to switch back to the slightly quicker team. And then we'll need to take 2 turns here. Oops, I could take an extra turn there, but oh well. Let's go throw that down and get a Rowan in there. And we're good to go. How are you getting 150? I guess you're double casting the Dragon Soul. I guess that would make sense. And hey, there we go. Now we get to double cast it. Could just win by casting Rowan. We'll go for a double cast, I guess. Go for that. Actually, might as well go triple. We're already there. And there we go, max souls. How much did we get for max souls anyways with this team? We end up getting 150 on the dot. Exactly how much you said. So I guess you have the exact same VIP bonus as us, apparently. Because that's the same exact 150 that you mentioned. So we'll go through the Firebomb down. The only problem with that is we have to cast Dragon Soul 3 times. If you are going to do that, yes, I do see the value in having a Sunbird. But if you're only going for a single cast Dragon Soul, it is better to have the Rowan there. Because the battle ends at about the same speed and you still get slightly more souls. So yeah, it's definitely a good alternative. So 5k towers destroyed needed instead of 16k. Are you sure about that? Towers destruction required are wrong. Stage 12 alone should be enough for max rewards. Fix should be coming soon. Wait, what? Tower destruction requirements are wrong. Stage 12 alone should be enough for max rewards. Fix. Oh, did they make a... Oh, did they accidentally make a mistake on that? That's funny. I didn't actually even notice that earlier. Wait, you would only need 5k towers instead? That seems like barely any, if they did make that change. Oh no, I might need to go update that for the thing later. Let me go check our mail. Legendary task. Oh, another one. Nice. 1 gem key, 4 glory keys, and 6 of a useless arcane. Actually, every arcane at this point is a useless arcane. Pretty much. Our arcanes right now are way more than we'll ever need. What's our lowest? Should still be yellow-green at whatever it's at. Where's our yellow-green? 147. Yeah, it's still our lowest. It's the only one below 150. What's our next lowest so we know when it eclipses it? I believe green-red is our next lowest because I never farm in Wild Plains. basically all those green reds are from other means. I don't think I got in a single one, or barely any of them, from actually playing within Wild Plains. Yep, okay, so that is our next lowest. So, anyways, let's go back to Pansvale and keep the grind going. Where are the gnomes? They exist, they're just not around as much. They're only really common during the monthly, weekend-long gnome event. And then they go back to their normal drop rate. Right now, they're at their normal drop rate. And their normal drop rate is like 1 an hour with how rare they are. They do not come around that often. So yeah, there's pretty much no gnomes almost until the next gnome event in about a month. They're still around, but the frequency at which you'll see them is not worth trying to go out of your way for. The only reason we're in Explorer right now is not actually for gnomes, but for just to get the event done. Because we're getting 4 event gems each time, and we have to kill things in Explorer to get the current event completed. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm not doing all of the event right now, but I'm just working towards it because, well, we need to get it done. Gotta do it at some time this week. Might as well start it now. And the more we get done now, the less we'll need to do later. You got killed 3 gnomes in Explore this week, but didn't get any drops? That's odd. I haven't even killed a gnome since the gnome event ended, so I'm not sure if there's any weird glitch with it at the moment. What is this link of which you post? Hopefully that link works, and if not, I'll go check the forum specifically. Oh, you're posting a YouTube video? What's this? What are you posting? Oh, never mind, it's not a YouTube video. A couple of invasion issues. Oh, here we are. I didn't even see this thread that was posted an hour ago. Let's see. Just wanted to let you know that... Actually, let me go bring this up and go read it. Let me go... And 1 second, guys. Let me go bring this announcement up. I don't know if I'll be doing a whole video just to mention this, but let me go. Important announcements! Let me see. It actually doesn't say important announcement, but it is an important announcement. There it is. Okay. So, important announcement time. From the developer himself, the main developer, Syrian, I forget his real name. Hey guys, just wanted to tell y'all, or just let y'all know about a couple of invasion issues and how we're addressing them. The totals were wrong. Oops, a couple of you noticed we get the totals wrong on the tower kills. It's meant to be 5,250 total tower kills to finish the event, not 5,250 for the last stage. We're just fixing that, and your progress will update into the correct place automatically. Automagically, I like how he goes with that. And Valorans are not appearing in the final stage. This bug crept in at the last minute, as we're fixing Valorans replacing Zugov in the raid boss event. We have a fix going out for this, where you will, in the final stage, just simply receive the 2 energy if the Valerian would appear. We won't be replacing towers with it. Oh, so free energy for doing nothing. So you won't actually have to kill Valerians. So did we actually get 2 energy today? I didn't even notice that, because we didn't actually get a Valerian kill, but that's because they're not around. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, well anyways, those were the 2 issues with that, and let me actually go check. I don't know if we actually got 2 battles or not. I don't think we did, but there's a good chance that I could have overlooked it, so I'll go double check and see if we did indeed get a invisible Valerian, because they don't actually appear for whatever reason. I don't know if this is a hotfix or if it's going to stay like that, but let me go under guild, invasion, and no, we did not find an invisible Valerian, unfortunately. Luckily, we only did 2 battles in these tower things, so those 2 battles probably had a 0% chance of finding the bird, but all of our subsequent battles that we do will have the chance of finding the bird. So at least we have that. Also, I have no clue what actually happens once we get 65 here. I don't know if it, like, level increases or what exactly the deal is with that. But yeah, we're currently at stage 8 for, like, the entire week, apparently, because I don't think I'll be able to get that many battles done. Has anyone actually gotten this done yet? Do you guys know what it does? Does it just, like, level it up or something? But then again, I think it levels up every single time, so... but yeah, if anyone knows what this does who has completed it, let me know, because I do not know. It doesn't even have, like, any kind of reward thing here, so I don't know if it gives you anything. I'm not sure what's up with that. Anyways, back to the Explorer to keep continuing on our event gem grind. Let me go move this back into the thing. And there we go. Oh, they're just regular gnomes when they keep... Yeah, if you're finding a gnome and it doesn't give you anything, it could just be a regular gnome. If it doesn't have a loot bag next to it, that means it's not a real gnome. Only if it has a loot bag is it a real gnome. The Sparkle Sack guy can also come that way. He'll come in and explore randomly. but he can only ever be in Vault Keys, the real one. So if you see him in Explorer, you know immediately that he's fake. Same as if you see him in PvP, the Sparkle Sack guy. As far as the gnomes, the easiest way to indicate it, as I mentioned, is just the little sack in their top left corner of the card. Only if they have that sack are they actually the real gnome. Of course, he would get that revived. Luckily, we have cleanup for that. And there we go. How are our souls looking anyways these days? I keep looking at my gold value, but no, we're almost at 1,000,000 souls. We might finally be able to afford another mythic weapon if they decide to add one in the future. They probably won't be for quite some time. They already mentioned after all the Dawnbringer shenanigans with how ridiculously powerful it is, they're like, yeah, we're probably holding off for a little while until we figure out what to do with this thing. But they might do it in the future, you never know. We might eventually get more mythic weapons that cost 1.3 million souls. And if they do, I will be prepared, because we're almost at 1,000,000. And then we just need to find the other 300,000 at that point. And that doesn't take too long. We could farm that in a couple days or less if we really had to. If we were to specifically go out of our way to do it. Actually, I could technically do that in one day if I really, really wanted to, but that would take a lot of time out of that day. Okay, we'll go and just stick a green there, get a Rowan, kill it out. Good to go. The new troop, Stone Shaker, destroys the towers. Yeah, he can be used for that if you don't have other alternatives. I'm personally not using it because we can simply go for the Skull Poke strategy and keep our Black Beasts perpetually alive, which I think in the long term will be a lot better than using the other guy. Because while he might be able to one-shot at your current tower range, he will not perpetually be able to maintain those one-shots. There will eventually reach a tower level point where you will not have enough damage to be able to one-shot them. And at that point, you lose a lot of value. The other slight issue with the guy is everything he has is high impact single target. And that's really bad against barrier. And the entirety of invasions is barrier spam. So being able to skull spam is a bit better. Because, for example, if you take 2 skulls simultaneously, like we shown earlier, one skull will take the barrier and the other skull will actually hit. So you can still hit through barrier, kind of. With it, whereas if you just throw his ability that costs, I think, 11 mana, and, well, you're out of 11 mana, and all you did was break a barrier, and then they might get it back in that time, so I personally don't feel like it's worth it unless you don't have any kind of Black Beast combo that can work. But yeah, for the lower towers, it's definitely going to be pretty effective. I just don't feel like in long term, once you start getting to the later towers, it's going to really work. But it's definitely worth a shot if you have them. Go throw that down. And I think we'll go to the next event objective and then spend the rest of our time in PvP. And once again, if you guys have anything you want me to go over, just let me know, and we'll definitely make sure to do so. It looks like, again, we're going to go 0 gnomes today. Poor gnomes. They're going to hide forever, aren't they? We're not going to see another Vault Key for a while. Well, actually, I shouldn't say for a while, but maybe we'll find one in... maybe we'll eventually find one in, what's it called? The invasion, because we get a free event key from the invasion, so hopefully that will have one of the unique troops in it. If we do, I'm going to probably make a video on it, the Sparkle Sack. I want him so badly so we can do a team video for him, but until I get him, we will not be able to. Go throw that down, get our Firebomb going, get a nice explosion here with a, actually let me take that, because why not? Take that Dragon Soul. I actually don't know why I just took that. That was so pointless. But we'll go through a Rowan here and go from there. Do you think it's worth saving 4,000 diamonds to craft 1 mythic, or crafting 5 legendaries? More often than not, it's better to save 4,000 diamonds to get 1 mythic. The reason for this is since legendaries are lower rarity, over time you are going to be getting more of them than you would be of a single mythic. More often than not, it's better just to craft the mythics that you absolutely want than it is to craft a bunch of legends. Of course, still craft a legend if it's one really key legend that you want. For example, like getting 1 Dragon Soul for soul gains, getting 1 Gorgoltha as a frontline tank, stuff like that. Definitely really good to do. But as far as getting like 5 of them just to get it to Mythic, I would not really advise with that. You're better off spending it into Mythic since they are a lot harder to obtain. And the chances of specifically getting a Mythic from a key is like a decimal point of a decimal point that you'll specifically get the one you need. It's already like below 1%, and then on top of that, you also have the factor that with that below 1% that you have to get by, there's also a 1 in however many mythics there are, and that you would get the mythic you want. So it's a lot easier just doing it within the Soulforge. Whereas legends, you're naturally going to get them over time. Even if you don't have it now, it'll become mythic in several months of being in a top guild. Because you do get quite a few free keys in top guilds, as you saw at the beginning of the stream. If you were here, or if you go look back, we were opening most of our legendary tasks. That wasn't even all of them, but I was opening up the legendary tasks that we got, and that's not counting the other tasks and everything either. And it gives a lot of resources, a lot of keys, a lot of arcane trait stones, all that kind of stuff. Definitely really good if you can eventually find yourself into a guild that complete out every task per week. Great to be in a guild like that, because that's quite a few free resources. Even if they don't happen to get to legendary tasks, if they could just complete everything per week, that's a pretty substantial amount of resources compared to not getting them all done every single week. Let's see. Any good Yagway teams? Yeah, I've been messing around with it with Alchemist, Moneylender, Yagway, and Queen Titania is my favorite team for it. I believe I have it saved at the moment. Let me go and mess with it. Pretty sure we've done enough explore for now. I'll just stop for now, since we have plenty more time to go do it this week, that's for sure. Let's go get a Rowan down here and progress from here. Okay, let me go and skip past this, click past that, and no, we didn't reach the next event thingy. Let me see, how far are we? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I got to do one more. We're one battle away. Really? Right on the dot, one battle away. Figures. Okay, let me go do this real quick. We're so close, might as well go for it. Poor penguin. We'll go for the dragon soul there. And get a Rowan, and there we go. Okay, and that's all I wanted to come here for. Get that. And we'll finish the rest later. And collect those, and we're pretty much already halfway done, and it's only Monday. So a really easy event. Only spent like an hour or two at it too, not even. So yeah, really, really easy event this week. Especially if you can do 3 to 4 wins per minute on that. Anyways, let me go do Yagway team. I believe I have it saved right here if I didn't overwrite it. Yes, Alchemist, Moneylender, Yagway, Queen Titania is what I've been using for Yagway team. Wait, did nothing have stats effects? Interesting. Normally I don't see nothing happen at the beginning of a battle. Weird. It means we have all on-skull effects on both teams. Or not on-skull, but on, they're all conditional effects. We'll go and get our reds here. That'll land. Moneylender was being horrible this morning. I don't know what was up this morning when I was doing that video. Sakima just did not want to work. I was getting such amazing plays with that team before the video, and then I'll like record the video and it's like, nope, you get nothing. Hate when it does that. It happens sometimes though. And I can't like undo the recording at that point, since we did some things that could only be done once, like the raids. Anyways, let's throw that down, get a clear, get a Moneylender here, hopefully into alignment. And get another free Queen Titania, and never mind, we already killed. I was going to throw another burst at him. As you can see, that's a ridiculous amount of damage. It's, yeah, it's probably among one of the highest damaging teams in the game right now. How much you can get just without even losing your turn. It's really cool, this team at the moment. I don't personally use it because it's really bad against freeze. But other than that, yeah, it's pretty good. But this does normally lose against freeze. Doesn't have any countermeasure to it, like some of the teams, like the Divine Isabella. That team, while it's bad against freeze, it has so much cleanse that it's perfectly fine against freeze, since it has 2.3 cleanses on the team. So it's not really an issue. This team has 0 cleanses, however, though. So once we get frozen, we're pretty much out of luck if we didn't already win. So that's the biggest liability that this team has. But assuming you're not up against freeze, it's normally works out decently. So right here, we're just going to go for a double drop there, get that. Actually into an extra turn too, though there's barely any red, so not really worth going for. Just going to do Anu. As long as he doesn't do it on yellow, we're fine. Though he does swipe yellow, which does make it harder to get this. I guess we're going to go and just hope we get lucky. And we didn't need to get lucky, though that is not enough mana, so we'll go get his mana right back up. Do that on the green right there. 1 mana short, of course. I guess we just hope he doesn't Anu the red. So we'll go for that. He'll just take a skull, perfect. We'll get this going, and now we should finally be able to get this team rolling. So, should be a free cast right there. Don't have any alignments, don't have an alchemist cast, never mind. We're still not going yet. I guess we can get rid of yellow here. I mean green to yellow. So you know I am going to go for that. We'll go take that. He'll just take a skull again. And he's a little mana short. We'll just simply take that, throw this again, and hopefully we have alignment now to start getting this team rolling. Never mind, we already won. Good job, Queen Titania. Well then. I wasn't going to kill it with the Yagway. He didn't even get the chance to cast. Though, of course, we do 3 true damage every single time he hits. Also, there was a team I was going to show instead of the team I did earlier, though. Yagway plus, what's her name? Sakima doesn't really work that well. But I was going to try doing a Yalgway skull spam team. If you do a red spam, or if you take a single red, your Crimson Bat will be able to do 2x skull damage. So you can kind of build a true damage team out of Yalgway. I haven't really bothered doing that, and from what I was testing prior to the video, it wasn't really working out that well. But it is definitely a concept that could have usage in the future. I know it gets ran with Def on occasion, because Def automatically does the 2 true damage per turn, but you can also run it with Yalgway now. This is a little bit harder to do since you need to try finding a brown each time that you get a kill. But it does have potential in the future. I just haven't personally found a team that makes it work good enough to bother using. Let's go with that. With that. But of course, as more troops come into the game, it might open up as an option. Go throw that down. And does that really give us anything? Not really. I guess we'll get an Alchemist somewhere if that's even worth it. Yeah, we'll take it on the blue. Get that down. Come on, alignment. There we go. Perfect. So we'll go get that. And that's pretty much matched from here. How is she? Not full mana. We'll go for that. That'll definitely be full mana. Though we just removed so much from the board that we don't have a extra turn anymore. So we'll go move that. Come on, extra turn. We need you back. We don't even have alignment or anything. So we'll just go for this. Hopefully don't miss. Missed. Okay. Let's see what he does. Gets the cleanse. Get a bunch of skulls. Oh no, all of our reds. Oh no. Well, that hurt a lot. It definitely hurt a lot. Oh, what's the backup plan? Let's get that down. Get a cast here. You can actually win now, due to that mistake. There we go. And that's definitely a match. And down it goes. Okay, that was a little shaky there, but it came through. What would you say would improve this team you've been using with Gorgotha, Yalgway, Kraken, Amnesia? The Kraken Amnesia combo in that team doesn't really seem like it's needed. I'd rather go with AoEs or frontline damage to assist it, or something that can create reds or purple. Kraken and Amnesia don't really help in doing either of those two things. But yeah, I don't think you really need any of those other two. Trying to think of replacements though. I guess maybe throw an Azura in there and then do something that can spawn reds or be another damage source. Azura would be the board clear, it would also get rid of barriers. That is one issue that Yalgway has too. He's not particularly good at removing barrier unless they are barriered on the first slot, because he could remove it by taking a red. But if it's on a different slot, like let's say a second slot that he's going to hit, that can be a bit of a liability. So having something that can take it out is it can be useful, and Azura will give mana generation while also simultaneously doing that and lowering their stats. But yeah, I would not advise going with Amnesia. I would pretty much just replace it with Azura at that point. You could even keep the Kraken if you wanted to, but definitely not Amnesia. I don't really feel like it's doing much for the team personally. Is there a way to farm diamonds for and how can you get lots? No, there's currently no way to farm diamonds. The only way you can do them basically is to do the daily of dungeons. Please let me claim this. That's basically the only way of really obtaining them. There are available in a few other niche instances, but pretty much doing your dungeons each day is the only way to really accumulate them, and then buying the 50 gem pack if you wanted a little bit more, or even the $5 pack, but the $5 pack normally isn't worth it. The only day it's may be considered worth it is on Sundays when you get a lot of diamonds, but normally I throw in this 50 gem pack. It's, again, the 50 gem pack as well is mainly only worth it on Sundays, but I personally throw it every day because I do value diamonds at quite a lot to try to get them. The only other way that you can technically gain diamonds infinitely is by finding gnomes. So gnomes are so rare when it's not a gnome event that you're barely going to be getting any, so that's not really a way of consistently farming them. You get some from guild tasks too. I forget exactly how many. I think 125 total from all of your guild tasks in a given week. I think you get it on the 10th task. I actually forget exactly off the top of my head. But if you go into your tasks and you do all of your standard tasks there, the 6 little categories, I believe around the 10th task it gives you like 25 gems each, 25 diamonds each, which starts to stack up quite a bit, of course. And yeah, that's about it. There really isn't any other way to really obtain these resources, the diamonds. They are meant to be pretty limited, and it can take about a month or two to actually be able to forward every single mythic when you want to go and craft them. Oops, that's not the one I meant to go over. But yeah, mythics cost 4,000, as you can see here, and legends cost 800. And normally it's better just to go for mythics, simply because they're a lot rarer to get, and you can get the exact mythic you want, so like something very useful like this World Breaker. But yeah, I normally go over on Monday videos which one of these are actually worth it. Like, for example, right now, The ones that are worth it at the moment are World Breaker, mainly World Breaker, but also some other options that could be worth it are also Guard's Avatar and Kraken. Kraken's trait stone is also available this week too through the event, so you can get both the Kraken and its traits through the Soul Forge this week, so it's pretty easy to build a Kraken this week. Guard's Avatar is very niche, but it's great against Daemons. If there ever becomes Daemon teams that get really popular that don't have immune to silence, he's the best counter to that. He's also really good at one-shotting the entire enemy team if they don't have any revives. And yeah, that's about the only things really worth crafting this week. But also, don't forget, whenever you have these little shard things, there's a couple means that you get them, mainly from the same two, though, from your guild and from doing dungeons. But all these little shards you should always put in diamonds. There is no point in putting them in anything else as far as what's currently available for shards. Diamonds are by far the best value to put them into. They cost a little bit more. They cost twice as much as putting it into these color things, but diamonds are definitely a lot more worth it. So even though it's slightly more shards, it's better value overall. And currently we have 12,705 stacked up and waiting for whenever new content comes out. That's also kind of waiting for when 5-star kingdoms come out as well, because when 5-star kingdoms get released, we will be able to go and get basically if we need, like, let's say a certain legend from that kingdom to be mythic or something, we can go and do that then. I know I normally say don't mythic out legends from there, but if we're trying for 5-star kingdoms, that would be the slight exception to that rule, because obviously we'd want to get the 5-star. So I highly doubt that would be much of an issue, though. We'll see once it comes around. Also, why on earth did I get rid of green? You can tell I haven't used this team yet today. That's like the last color we'd want to convert. But, whoops. Should be able to come back, though. What's its other color convert again? Oh yeah, red to skull. Yeah, that's the duh. That's the whole point of having Infernus. Well, also for the board clear and damage, but well, the board hasn't been repaired from the mistake yet, so we'll go through that again. And hopefully now it will be, and if not, hopefully we'll get a nice diviner down somewheres. And nope, still not good, though I'm still going for it because we get a decent amount of value, and apparently we got an extra turn somewheres in that mess. And that's match. We'll take that over. Throw this into full mana. Throw down Infernus. Actually, before I do we have alignment? Yes, we do. Get that down. And that's pretty much match. Throw that. Another skull poke. Dead. Absolutely love this team. I don't know a single team that's even better than this at the moment, to be honest. Which is why you see me using it so much. I'm pretty sure there are a couple things better, but I enjoy this one so much that even if there was something slightly quicker, I'd probably just be using this instead. I wasn't really expecting Divine Isabella to be that over the top. I knew there was some mythics I would just be insane with, but yeah, Infernus... that Infernus nerf that I thought was coming the previous patch, I would not be surprised if it's coming next patch. I don't think they can keep Infernus in the current state that he's in. I do feel like he's just a little bit too good of value. And he has been ever since they did that weird buff. They did a buff several months back where they gave him 6 additional base damage, which was a bit too much. He needed slightly more base damage, not 6. If they have that to reduce his damage right now by 3, I think that would be a good place for him, or somewhere around there. His current state's just a little bit too much damage, as you can kind of see. He just has so much utility on him, and to get even more damage like that just kind of pushes him over the edge. We don't have anything good to do with this. I guess we'll just go throw a Mercy and then do a follow-up turn, since we have such a lack of option here. And we'll throw that down. Please cast. Please cast. There we go. And do we have any drops or anything that's good here? Or converts or anything? Throw that down. Didn't get a magic buff, unfortunately. Not that big a deal, though. Actually, I think that's enough damage, isn't it? Yes, it is. We just throw that down and then we Infernus. And I don't even need to take that other skull. It'll already be enough. Yeah, Infernus was even popular before its buff, which I found kind of weird too. They have done that in the past. They have buffed troops that were already like excessively overused, and then it's like, hey, let's go buff it. I don't know what makes them do that sometimes, but they have done that several times in the past, and Infernus is one of those. Like, he was still used even before he got that 6 damage buff. It's just the 6 damage buff made it so now he's, I wouldn't say required for late game content, but he definitely helps with it. Because he has so many things going for him right now. He's the best burner in the game. He has a Firestorm, which is really useful. He's the only troop, to my knowledge, unless I'm forgetting one. I believe it's the only one. He's the only one with a multi-explode that also has an automatic Firestorm. So you don't need to put a whole additional troop. He does both simultaneously. So it makes it so you don't have to waste a slot for a storm when you have an exploder, because he does both rolls on his own. He has explodes at a decent amount. Not the greatest, but 5 explodes gives a lot more mana than you might think. And he just does a gigantic amount of sheer damage, which is nice. And it keeps getting more concise with his damage as they die, which is also good. It's not like an AoE or something where you lose a lot of its value once troops start to die, but with his, you maintain all the value. Okay, what do we even need here? I guess we'll throw that down. And of course, what's nice about his Red Storm, too, if we can actually get one going here, is... Oops, I should have threw Mercy there. Is we could use that to actually get Divine Isabella to get not only more extra turns, like from his own ability, but also get Divine Isabella to get the alignments there, like that red to skull. Helps out a lot with that. Alright, we'll go move that over. Get a nice Infernus there. And that thing again. Oh, baby dragon. Or I should say Dragon Soul. It's slightly annoying sometimes, but I do really enjoy the change that they made to it. It's really creative and a lot of fun to play. Though slightly annoying to play against sometimes, but oh well. There he goes, of course, reviving on only 2 HP. He revives into another dragon. We'll go for that. That should be dead. Oh, of course, he has Agile. Rip. He would dodge that. Okay, let's just Infernus this. Wow, he actually got a kill. Look at him go. There we go. The Rainbow Snake got a kill. Salty's code? Oh yeah, that reminds me. I didn't give out a code. Oh, is Salty actually streaming right now? What is, I've kind of completely forgot about that. What is she doing right now? Is she going over any kind of spoilers? She actually mentioned on the forum there's a beta coming up that I'll be able to test. We haven't had one to do for a while. I probably won't be able to share anything from it, because they normally like me to keep it on the down low until it's actually, you know, like more towards release time and such. But yeah, I haven't gotten it yet unless I didn't see it on the forum. But I might be able to start testing next version already, which means it's pretty much right around the corner for already getting it to test. Yeah, it should be cool. Oh, Surian is on with her. Oh, I'll need to watch that after the fact then. Surian doesn't normally come on stream that often to actually play. Wait, is he answering questions or is he just playing? Because I haven't actually seen Surian play, I don't believe. So I need to go watch that after. I'd assume he'd be good at his own game. He's the main developer of the game, so I'd assume he's at least competent at playing his own game. I would sure hope so. Anyways, what was I about to go do? Oh yeah, I was going to go use Salty's code, the one that was just posted. So yeah, let me go use that. I might as well. And if anyone else that wants to use it, might as well, I guess. Let's see. I'm trying to find where on earth my thing is to go use it. It's buried beneath all my other tabs. Let me go use it right there. Boom, boom. Salty stream. Also, let me go give out my own too, because I haven't even done that yet, and we're already an hour in. This code does not exist. Apparently, I pasted it incorrectly. Let's see. SALTSREAAM. Yeah, that's enough letters. It should exist. Oh no, it's not working. I feel like whenever I try doing Salty's codes, they always want to not work for me. Sorry, the redeem code does not exist. Though last time I said this, it actually was working. Okay, we'll see if we randomly get another mail later. Because it did that to me the last time too. It'll say it doesn't exist, but then it just randomly works for me. But we'll go see. Anyways, let me go give out my own code, since I haven't done that yet. Should definitely go do that. Let me go see. Also, we're almost out of codes. Luckily, Salty did give me more codes yesterday. I'm down to my last 2 codes from the month of February. Let's see. Go for that. Save it. And let me go post this in. Make sure it works. Put that there. Boom. Put that there. Boom. I'm not a robot. Redeem. And let me go post this in the chat if it works. Again, it says this code does not work. What? That's strange. Codes are just not wanting to work for me right now. Well, guys, go test this code and let me know if it works. Go test this one. That one right there. The one that I just posted. Wait, let me go copy this again and double check. Wait, go also double check mine. I just don't know if it's just on my end. It just doesn't want to work or what is going on right now. But let me go reload the page. Maybe if I reload the page, it'll work. Okay, we'll put that in there. Put that in there. I'm not a robot. Redeem, and hopefully that fixed it. Let me make sure there's no weird spaces anywhere in it. Make sure it's all capped. Redeem. And now it's doing an infinite loading screen. And then it says error again. Really? It just doesn't like me today. I don't know. Are you guys getting it to work at all? I am not getting any luck on my end for either of the two codes. Nope. Odd. Mine does not work. Okay. So that one is definitely confirmed in. So let me go and do a different one then. It could be that it was already used earlier or some other weird thing happened with it. So let me go and... oops, that's not the tab I wanted open. Go over here, and mark this one. And we're good to go. Okay. Hopefully this one works. Let's try this final one. And this will be the last of the previous month's codes I didn't use up yet. So we'll put that right there, boom, put that right there, boom, and I'm not a robot. And please, this one work. Again, doesn't work. Okay, there's something up with this redeem code thing, I think, at the moment. So, oh no. That one also did not work, so there might just be bugged at the moment. So I'm not going to post that one yet. Do double check the one I just posted later. So if any of you are watching this after the fact, maybe go test it again on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. The one really random one that I posted. But, yeah, I don't know why. None of those three codes worked for me. And apparently that second one didn't work for any of you either, so unfortunately, I don't really have any more to go test because none of those end up working. But we'll go double check tomorrow. And I'll go post one, I guess, tomorrow's stream, I guess, if, since we didn't really get to do one today, if it's not going to work for us. Is there a video you made 2 months ago about the most efficient teams for starters? You want to know if something changed? Can you follow up with another guide? To my knowledge, the previous video I did is still fully up to date. Nothing really too over the top. Actually, there is one additional team that got created that might be worth using as a newer player. It is the Alchemist Moneylender combo. You can use this with pretty much any team. I don't know why they made Moneylender so strong, but they did. But Alchemist into a Moneylender is absolutely insane amount of gem spawns. And you can just keep looping them back and forth. And it's a lot cheaper than doing the other combination, which is Alchemist Hellcat. Because Hellcat is an epic, whereas Moneylender and Alchemist are both rares. So it's a lot easier for newer players to obtain. But yeah, Alchemist Moneylender, definitely a really good idea to go and mess around with something like that. Best thing you can do as a newer player to put on there, if you don't have anything to use, is a Goblin Rocket. Even 2 times Goblin Rocket with first trait would end up working pretty well. Though you would want to put a bigger damage source eventually of a different yellow-red. Maybe like a Sakima or a Yagwe or whatever you might end up getting in the future. But you can perfectly get away with it with just Alchemist, Moneylender, double Goblin Rocket. And it's a pretty cheap infinite loop team that you can essentially kill any team in the entire game with. It could also technically work for red and yellow Guild War days as well. It wouldn't be pure color, but it would be close enough that you can just infinitely loop it and get a decent score. Alright, we'll go through a Mercy there. Barely gives us anything, but it does give us something, so go for that. Get herself a drop there for the manas. Get the Infernus. And what do we need here? I guess another Mercy. Get a Diviner in there if we even need it. Probably not. What does this board do for us right now? I guess throw, not that one. Get the Diviner Shabella. Get it right back because of how much it does. That ability is just so insane. I know it's not much different than a Forest Guardian ability, but for whatever reason, I feel like it is. Even though it's pretty much the exact same thing. It's just something about it. It just works so much better. I guess maybe it's because we have a Firestorm going and stuff like that. Not fully certain, but it just seems so much more viable than a Forest Guardian. It could also be that Beasts are pretty bad as well, whereas Divines have so many options that are available to them. Okay, anyways. You just claimed it for me? Okay, apparently it will work. So we did get that one code. Thank you for that. Yeah, it could have been that someone just posted it incorrectly. But if anyone's going to do the Salt Stream one, the one from Salty, it is 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,000 gold, and 3 of every minor trait stone. Look at all those horrible drops off of the treasure gnome. But that's a lot to get at once. Look at that. That's, how many treasure gnomes is that? That is 9 treasure gnomes right there worth of minor trait stones. There we go. Yeah, definitely go use the Salty one. That is a lot of loot. Has anyone retested my code that I end up posting? Because that wasn't working for me either. Then again, it wasn't working for anyone. I don't know why it wasn't. Let's see. Oh, thank you for the haircut. Or, I mean, thank you for the haircut. Thank you. Thank you for that, Durade. Much appreciated. But if anyone has anything else, just let me know. Or anything else you want me to go over. Any questions or stuff. You don't see either code. Well, it's not on screen. It's Salt Stream. I believe that one is the one for Salty. I believe that is the correctly typed in one. That one right there. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. We posted one as well, but it wasn't working, so we'll just go with Salties for now. And if it seems to be working tomorrow, we'll go do that. Also, do double check the previous one I did do earlier, though, because it might be working later. We'll just have to see. And if not, we'll have plenty more in the future. Go through a cast right there. And it's pretty much match. Do we even have anything to go with this? I guess we'll get rid of purple. Actually, I might as well Mercy if we're going to do purple. And that's overkill, so we'll go for it. And that's match. And down it goes. It just dies to everything. There we go. Hello, Medieval. Welcome. Okay, if my code is indeed still not working, let me go do one more then. Let me go do another code and see if this one works. And if this one also doesn't work, let me know. And hopefully it'll work later or something. But yeah, this is the last one from the February codes. Though it could be that she maybe disabled all these codes since they were so old. Well, they're not really that old. They're from 1 month ago. Actually, it's technically exactly 29 days ago is from when these codes were given initially. But, yeah, let me go try this one. Let me go test it one more time and me claiming it. But it's probably going to have the same issue. But I will give it a shot real quick. And put it there. Boom, boom. I'm not a robot. Click redeem. But yeah, guys, let me know if this one works. I'll claim again. I processed the code, and then it said it didn't work. But yeah, go test this one. And I'll give the link, too, for any of you that don't know where it is. Let me know if that one works right there. Right there. Try that one. And that'll be really weird if neither of my two codes work. But hopefully it'll work later or something. That or maybe she gave them out at a different time or something happened with them, not sure. But I never used those, I know that for sure. So double check that one as well. It's not working for me, but let me know if it works for you guys. Our Shentang team's still good after the event. Not pure Shentang, but you can still use Diviner is still amazing. And Yagwei is still amazing. Though everything else from the kingdom I wouldn't really bother with. Those are the only really two troops I would consider to be particularly over the top as far as decent. Some of the other troops are still usable, but it's mainly Diviner and Yagwei, which are the two main primary troops from that kingdom that are good. And maybe the Legend as well, though I personally don't care for using it that much. It's great for mass enchanting a team, but really that one doesn't work either? Okay, well, apparently we don't have any codes then. At least we have the Salty code, if nothing else, but yeah, I don't know what's up with my codes not working. Hopefully the new batch, that was the last one from the old batch, so hopefully the new batch that we start handing out that she gave to me earlier today will work. I would hope so. She just gave it to me like a few hours ago, so I would assume they would work. Alright, he's gonna get a Scion there. So annoying with the mana drains. Luckily, we cannot be drained on that. Oh no, but it's stunned. Ah, and that's what I was talking about earlier too, before that patch actually came out, like even immune to mana drains. Every single troop currently in the game, as I mentioned, or speculated earlier, and it actually is the case right now, every single troop, I don't think there's a single exception to it, that has immune to mana drain, does not have immune to stun. So one of the easiest ways to actually undo the immunity of a mana drain team, or a anti-mana drain team, is to use a Corvash against it. Because Corvash can simply stun them all out, and then boom, you just kill them out that way. You'll be easily able to drain them still. So yeah, that's the easiest way to work around it. If you want to use a drain spam team, but people keep using counters against you, just simply use a Corvash on the team and just mass stun them in a couple turns, and then boom, you win. Okay, we'll go for, I guess, a Mercy here. This should give us Diviner alignment, and that should give us the win. And should have alignment on this. Did I accidentally convert out green? That was a fail if I did. I think I did at some point, so I can't do anything here. We're going to go for the explosion then. Luckily we got a kill, so that's a red storm for us, making it easier for us to do stuff. If he will give it to us. Never mind. We don't have anything to do, but I'm still going to throw it, because why not? He'll get a bunch of pokes. Not that big a deal if it goes down, though. That makes almost no difference if Mercy dies. Well, I guess it slightly did right there. We could have gotten a lot of mana if that didn't die, but oh well. We already won, so it's not going to make any impact on the battle. And Diviner Shabella, Diviner into full mana here. So we'll go do that on green, I guess. So go do that. Oh, we're frozen on it because it didn't do the 1 in 3 chance to cleanse. We'll just do that and now it's dead. Please review your question. Sorry, Plumpko, what was your question? Plumpko question. Let's see. You see that Bounty Hunter starts next Friday. Do you have any idea how long it goes for? Yes, it's from the same time that the Treasure Gnome event went. Similar to Treasure Gnome event, Bounty Hunter will occur once per month and last from Friday at the reset of the morning all the way until Monday on the reset of the morning. So it basically lasts the entire weekend from Friday until Monday's reset, or technically the end of Sunday. So yes, that's how long Bounty Hunter will last, same time as the Gnome event, simply for the entire weekend, for those 3-day period. As far as what you do in Bounty Hunter, I'm not sure. All we really know is we earn points to get rewards. So that's what we know. There's also going to be Bounty Hunter exclusive troops as well, similar to how the Vault has exclusive troops, as well as the 2 guild-related things have exclusives. Bounty also will be having some troops exclusive to it. I think it has some kind of parrot, as well as like a few other troops. Not sure if they're adding all of them at once or what the deal is with that, but yeah, we'll find out in about 10 days and 5 hours what's up with Bounty Hunter. We currently know very little as far as exactly how it plays out. So all we have to do is wait and see what happens. That's also during next Guild War week as well, so that'll happen midway through the Guild War week on that Friday, and then last the entire weekend till the Monday reset. Yeah, that's the link right there to the stream of the devs. Actually, let me go open that in a new tab too, because I want to watch it after the fact. Are they still going right now? Wait, are they still alive? Hey, they are still alive. Or at least Salty is, unless it's about to end. Wait, are they still going? Oops, it's playing an ad. No ad. Let's see. I know the paratroop does look pretty cute. Syrian said the more you go up in bounty, the better the rewards. So to aim for higher levels than repeating those. He also said something about having a mix of troops. She's ending in 5 minutes. Oh, I was going to go rate her real quick. Because I was actually going to end right now. Well, 5 minutes is still 5 minutes from now. I guess we can go rate her real quick, just for fun. Because I was going to end out the stream right now. I don't believe there's any other questions unless there were. But anyways, guys, let's go raid Salty. Let me go copy that link. Oops, that's not the link. Let's go raid Salty. Go say that... go spam her with rainbow snakes like we used to do. Let's see. Go spam her with rainbow snakes. She won't know what hit her. But yeah, go over to her stream. She'll be for a few more minutes, so might as well do it for the last seconds. She'll be wondering what on earth is happening. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading off for the night. Tell her to give you a working code. I'm pretty sure the other codes are working. I gave out all the older codes. I didn't give out any of the newer ones. I'm pretty sure the newer ones are working. I just didn't give any out yet. But just in case those do work later, I didn't want to give like 3 codes out at once, just in case they all do work. But anyways, guys, there's the stream for her. She'll be still going for a couple more minutes. I'll be heading off for the night. I'll see you all tomorrow night, same time as always. The rainbow snake... Oh, there's no rainbow snake thingy in the thing on Twitch. The rainbow snake is an old reference to the Quaidle thing. It was an inside joke a long time ago. Where is he? This thing. It was this guy. It was a running joke that we had with it. And whenever we raided anyone, we always did the rainbow snake. But unfortunately, this troop wasn't viable, so you never see me using it. It has one of my favorite troop arts of any of the troops, actually. But unfortunately, it's not viable, so I can't actually use it. It's completely horrible of a troop. The stream is not working. Did she already end? Really? Did she already end in those few minutes? But anyways, guys. You could help her with her game if she'd watch your stream. She does watch my stream on very occasionally. By very occasionally, I mean like maybe once per month, I think. She'll stop by, but it's not that often. But she does come by and kind of look. Oh, it already ended? Fail. Never mind. Well, that's a fail. Let's go raid someone who already ended. But anyways, guys, I'm heading off for tonight. Hope you all have a wonderful week. We'll be back, as I always, again, hour and a half prior to now tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be doing mainly the main stuff again. We'll be able to get quite a bit more invasions in. The whole us getting sigils from those towers should be working, so again, so hopefully that will be perfectly fine. Other than that, yeah. Key openings, don't really have any of those coming up from what I'm aware of. Nothing too important in the near future, I don't believe. I believe there's a legend coming soon, an event key drop pool. Let me see. Yes, March 12th, we're getting the next time we'll need to use event keys. So do keep that in mind. March 12th, that is actually 1 week from now. So actually there is something coming somewhat soon. It's for Stormheim too, so hopefully that's a giant that is useful. But yeah, definitely make sure to save some event keys for that. It will be next week's Monday, so 1 week from today, basically. And that will be our next key opening, then. Will be next Monday with event keys. Let's see. And I don't think there was any more questions. So anyways, guys, I'll see you all later. Thank you, and have a wonderful night. Goodbye, everyone.